Welcome back to the Angry Teacher channel. This is Richard Williams, the Angry Teacher, and I'm just psyched. I haven't done a video in a while. I apologize for that, by the way. Just been busy, life has happened. We're back in the building, we're doing all the school stuff, and it's overwhelming. And now I'm back in any case. All right, so with that said, let's get into the video. Because of the overwhelming nature of this academic year and the past year and a half with COVID and the pandemic teaching and all this stuff, and the reason I have these glasses and all this stuff going on, and I had one of my pets died. This is November. This is actually Thanksgiving Day, and the third anniversary of my dad's death. It's a lot of stuff going on. So it took me a while to get it together. Now we're here, but I thought I should make a video about the mindfulness of our students, and I'll tell you why a little bit later in the video. Okay, so you gotta hang around for that. In any case, by the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for the next dope Angry Teacher video, because it's coming back. I am back, guys. I am back. So don't forget to be a part of the fam. All right. And check out all my other links down below, because I want you to check out my TPT store. I want you to check out my blog. I want you to check out my Instagram, my Facebook. Just be a part of everything, okay? And we'll just have a relationship and have our conversations going. So mindfulness is this. It's not a new thing, but it's a new term that we've been using a lot more this year, or for the past couple of years. It's when we kind of consider kids' feelings a lot more because of the pandemic, and people may have lost jobs or family members to COVID, and situations have changed dramatically in education. So now we're using the term mindfulness. We're looking at each other as teachers and students, and admin as a relationship blossoms throughout the year. How do we interact with each other, and how do we make each other feel better about where we are? It's not about academics necessarily. It's about how you feel as a person during our academic journey, all right, or along our academic journey. So I came up with I didn't come up with them. I kind of read an article, and two of them I kind of came up with based on what they said in the article. And so there are 5 activities I'm going to give you that could kind of help you with the mindfulness of our students. Check them out. Number 1, the silent 60. This is, and one of my coworkers did this. Amy Sarah, shout out to you again. And I'm sure other teachers have done it before, but I never did. And so this is one thing that I'm looking at trying. Silent 60 is where the first 60 seconds, the first minute, as soon as the bell rings and the kids come in and they're all shuffling and taking out paper and they're moving around and they're hailing their friends from that they hadn't seen since last class, and they're all in their whatever talking. When they sit down, we give them about a minute or so to kind of get your act together. Just silent. Just sit in silence for 60 seconds. And then we move on with the lesson. Now, some teachers use music or a sound that they hear so they can focus. They know that this is the time that it's going to take you to focus. While I'm listening to it, I need to be getting ready for the day's lesson, day's activities. This music might play, you might have some ambient sounds, whatever it is, just give them 60 seconds. Get your act together, get your life together, especially, and I would dare say, the beginning of the day, those early morning classes, or the ones at the end. You've had a whole day of activity and people have been talking about you, you've been talking to people, you've been doing all this stuff. Now I need you to just relax a little bit before we get into the lesson, before I keep your attention for all the other stuff we're going to do. I just need you to just sit for a minute, reflect on the day, think about what you need to do, think about where we need to go with the lesson. All right. Number 2, the minute of the good. Now this is mine. You have a minute. We're going to go around to each kid. What are you thankful, or what good thing happened to you today? It doesn't have to be, my mom got, good news about, or mortgage, or it doesn't have to be something major. It could be something as simple as I finally met a friend in my math class, or whatever it is. So we're doing 1 minute of good. You have a minute to tell me why is that good, and we move on to the next kid and the next kid and the next kid. Now, This is a little bit time consuming seemingly because some of us have really large classes. I know one of my coworkers has a class of 45 kids. I don't know what they expect her to do with all of those kids, but it is what it is. My largest is about 35, so that's at least 30 minutes if everybody's there, 35 minutes give or take with the interruptions, the questions. It's going to take a while. So you have to plan on a day that maybe you're not doing a lot with the content, and so they get to get it off their chest. They get to talk about the goodness. Maybe every Friday, Goodness Fridays, or Goodness Wednesdays, whatever it is that you come up with. But give about a minute to, you need to be thankful for something. You need to realize that there's good in, no matter how bad you think your day is, there's some good in your day. So, and you're going to talk about it for a minute. All right. So that's the minute of the good. I like that idea. I'm going to try it next week. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Number 3, the hot seat. This is something that is not mine. Everybody does a version of a hot seat, but there is a coworker of mine, shout out to Ms. Gibbs, this is yours, where she's been trying it a lot, especially because the past 2 days before we got to Thanksgiving Day, the kids, we only had 2 days in the building, and she had the kids in circles. We weren't teaching much content because half the kids were in and out and in and out, or gone on vacation. So she had her kids sit in a circle, and there's a seat in the middle. Everybody knows what a hot seat is. And then that kid in the middle has to speak about something that somebody asked them a question. So she went first, and then she answered their questions for a little bit of time. And then she removed herself from the hot seat. Then somebody else jumped in, and then it continued. And she invited me into one of them, and I sat there, and I was so, not in the seat, not in the hot seat, but I observed the kids and how they responded to each other, how they respected each other's issues, and how it was just very, I had a moment, I had a teary-eyed moment, so I had to remove myself because it's that deep, it's that cathartic, you know, it's that, it gets you involved. It gets you to see your classmates differently, gets you to see your students differently. So that's what mindfulness is all about. And so the hot seat, try it out. I am going to try it. It's preferably tried when there's not much going on in the building, and because that will also take a lot of time. So you have to schedule it well. So it might be just a day where, you know what, we're going to do it this Friday. So you have to get all the other content done prior to Friday, or Mondays, or whatever it is that you do, however you do it. It's a very impactful activity. All right. So that's number 3, the hot seat. Number 4. Now it works for kids, but it definitely works for teachers. Trust me, I use it sometimes. Write your mantra, speak your mantra. Number 4. Find something inspirational. I have quotes all over my room. Focus on one of them, or come up with another one. A lot of people use scripture, Bible verses, and that's fine too. Whatever your mantra is, find one for the day and speak it out loud. When you know Johnny in the corner is ticking you off, speak your mantra. Write your mantra. Write it 100 times before you go over there to address Johnny. Whatever that, and I need to try this a lot more. I do it, but I don't do it enough. But that one, I'm going to kick it up. Because mindfulness for me now has become a big deal. Look around the room and see which one, you know, it could be a quote by Martin Luther King, by JFK, whoever you have posted in your room, whatever you have on your phone or on your computer. Write that mantra down, and then speak it. Whether you whisper it, whether you go to the restroom and you just say it, or whatever it is before you go on to the next class, or during a class, or before you start the day, during your planning period, your prep period. Whatever way you can speak your mantra, speak your mantra. If it's in the car, I see a lot of teachers sit in the car parking lot before they go into the building. They're probably speaking their mantra. Okay, so that's a good thing. Write your mantra, speak your mantra. Number 4. Number 5, I am going to try this one. It hit me because now I'm listening to a lot more podcasts and a lot of YouTube videos that just people just speaking about it's like different clips of different inspirational speeches, and I'm going to start using that. I'm listening to them in the car, and I'm going to work. I'm like, wait a minute, my kids can benefit from this. So here's what I'm going to do. It's literally called the Mindful Moments. So I'm going to have the kids just listen to a YouTube video or watch a YouTube video. Most of them are just voices, you know, like Oprah Winfrey, Denzel, Will Smith, a lot of all those self-help gurus. They're just telling you, you listen to this for 10 minutes and this is what you do, this is how you are successful. Matthew McConaughey just randomly saying things, you know, and they compile them into a video, and you listen to it and you feel kind of empowered for the day. So I'm thinking I'm going to have the kids listen to it, and then we're just going to write about it or talk about it. What parts speak to you? What do you think you're going to do this week that's going to impact you positively, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to try that. Mindful moments, I really am going to try that one. Should I make it an assignment? It's going to be a little bit less. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's just something I thought of, and it is cool because it's helped me, so hopefully the kids can get on that level as well. It's almost like a TED Talk for your heart. In any case, those are about 5. I think I only have 5, right? Let's check. Yeah. 5 mindful activities that you can use to kind of get your classes and get your kids where they need to be. I literally had to have a conversation with one of my work sisters. I went to her office and I asked her, should I be focused on content this year or should I be focused on their heart this year? Now, as teachers, normally we're focused on both, but this year I felt, especially after, you know, number 3, the hot seat, when I went to Miss Gibbs' room and I saw these kids and I heard, there's some of my kids too, and I heard what was going on in their lives. I'm like, does it matter if they can recognize a sonnet at this point? They need to be able to get stuff off their chest and see how and relate to us more, because they've been online for a year and a half and now they're all back and it's a lot to deal with whatever's going on at home. So I'm thinking mindful activities are needed, especially this year, especially for us as well. A lot of people forget the pandemic has affected us as well as, you know, because teachers are human. We've gone through stuff. We've been teaching throughout the whole pandemic. When some people have been off and on and off and on, we've been all through it, and we've still had to keep up this facade as if we're okay. So do some of these mindful activities, if not for them, for you, okay? But we're all going to benefit from it, so let's just jump into it. All right, let me know in the comments down below which one you tried, which one you can let me know about, because Lord knows I need some more in my repertoire so we can keep it going. All right, love you guys. Check out the next video.